welcome to the DioSpot. In this episode, I'm going to be talking to you about my IT diorama that I'm building right now. So far, I started off on it. I cut up the pieces that I needed, that I wanted for it right now, and I started a little bit of the cutting, but I wanted to show you guys before I got any further. So right now, this is the base. This is going to be the street where it comes on, where the street right here, and then of course this is going to be the gutter. So we got the curb right here, and then with this I put sides. So there's a sidewalk here, there's going to be grass all along this. I still got to see what I'm doing for the cover right here to put it down so you can sit in there, and then the curb just with a little breakage right there, and then the sidewalk. So I'm going to be starting to paint this up very soon. Then, like I said, this is the bottom base. This is just so the head can sit a little bit further down, and we'll see how it turns out. I might have to put a little lift on it, something down there, just so the head can sit up a little bit more, so it goes up to like about right here. But I'll be doing the unboxing for the IT one if you didn't see it. So this is the movie one. This is the old one. So I did the unboxing on this one, and the fake one, talking about the difference between the fake and the real. So this is as far as I got, and I'll be moving on to the next step. And the next step for me right now is to paint this up. And I gotta find out, I gotta put a pole in here and a pole in here. Light pole's gonna go here, and the Jackson Street pole's gonna go right here, I'm planning on. So I might make the holes before painting, and then I'm gonna start off by just painting this all black. So I'm gonna get some wet paint, some wet black and some watered down black, and throw her on there. So I'll be back. So this is the IT diorama so far. I have this fitting to be in a DTOF, IKEA DTOF. So I think this is approximately 10 inches or 12 inches. So far I painted the top from last time. Still got to do this. I carved in here because I want to try getting a layer of make it look like a rain's coming down into here. So far I painted this green. I'm going to put the grass on top, and then I painted the sidewalk and the curb. And then for the IT underneath, I'm trying out this. I want to see how this goes. So this is literally just made out of wood. So I hot glued it, and it actually fits in there perfect over. Now the back, it isn't going to be that big, so I plan on just putting grass on that layer and then painting this to see if I can get it to look like a dirty grading. So, and I just like that because I wanted it to be simple to pull on, pull off, and drop like that. And if it doesn't work for me and I don't like it, I'll probably just switch it to foam. But I like the space that is in between the head and everything. Now I'd like it smaller because that is kind of big, but I'm hoping with me doing the rain effect that I can get it to get a little layer of rain that looks like it's going in there. And then I want to see if I can feed us at least one little light in there to make it just pop a little bit more when it's dark. So next I'm going to get to doing the street, and then I'll also be making the wooden sign. So this was just dry brushing the gray on there and painting this green so I can put the glue down and throw some grass down. So on to the next. Alright, so for this one, you seen I painted it black, and then I used the spray texture of the stone that I have, and I didn't want the brownstone, so I used a brownstone Rust-Oleum. I was looking for the black stone, of course. That would have been way better. So I used this one, and I said screw it, and I just sprayed it, painted it black. Took a while to do. So right now I want to get a water effect on the cement, so on the street, and of course the top piece is going to go on here. So I'm going to be using Mod Podge, and I'm going to see if I can get a glossy look right here. And in the crack right there, I did a little shaving. I don't know if you could tell. You should be able to tell, yeah. So I cut that down a little bit because I want to make it look like the water is flowing through the gutter. So, but for right now, I'm going to put a layer of this down, a nice little thin layer, and see if I can get that glossy look like it rained. Alright, painted that on there, so let's let that dry out, and I'll see how that turns out, and see if we can get, if it gets that glossy look. Be back. So right now I got some grass, some floral moss. I think I got that at Dollar Tree, and then I'm gonna have some Mod Podge, and I want to see how this does. So I'm gonna lay a layer of Mod Podge on it, and then try dropping the grass down on it, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so far I love how the glossiness turned out. This is how it turned out after it dries. So it's like shiny like a road, like a wet road. And then real quick I just added so I super glued everything, or not super glued, I glued it to the top. And then if you can see right here so far, so I wanted to add like the puddle going. So far the effect I like. I used Lexel, sticks to almost anything, so it's see-through. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but that's it so far. Kind of cool effect. Let me see, you can see it. There you go. So so all I did was, let me get to it real quick. Let me see. Use this stick. right here. And I'm gonna do this side too because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like the effect. The only thing that I might change is I might double it up to have it thick, because you got to remember the boat, George's boat, was supposed to be big enough. It's supposed to be big enough that his boat can go down it. So squeeze it, and then I'm gonna do a little bit here. So I'm gonna make this one thicker actually. Thicker right there. So then I go the way that I want. So I had this one going that way, of course, because the water is going into the gutter. So then what I do, let me see so you guys can see. Alright. Push down. So once you let it dry a little bit, don't let it, but not dry, but just a little bit more, then you're able to more do the swooshes like the water's going that way. So like this. Stick to it. Pick it up like the water's going. And this is actually the first one that I ever did for the water. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm a pro. This is all new to me and tests, so we're gonna see how it turns out. Alright, I'll get back to you when it all dries out. See how it looks. Alright, so far the grass is sticking on there. I'm gonna hit it with a couple more layers and probably cut some of it. So I'll show you when I get more done. Alright, so far for this one, for the It one, I showed you guys this one before, the wood one that I made. This is how I painted out. It actually didn't turn out too bad, but I didn't like it because it wasn't gonna be even with the curb, and I don't like that. So then I went through and I got a thin foam and used the thin foam and cut just 2 little pieces, hot glued them to it, and painted this green, then this a brown, and put the grass down so she'll fit right in there, and hopefully you won't be able to see. And then if you can see, for the water, I added some more water. I want it to be thick right there, big enough that it looks like the boat will be able to go. So that's where I'm at right now. On to the next, we'll be trying to put in I want to put in the light pole, and I want to put in the street lamp, or the street pole that tells the street. So let's move on to the next. So people, this is the Dio so far. Almost finished with it. I just want to kind of hit the red up with the blood that I put here. So from last time, what I did, I know it looks like I did a lot, so I added the green to this. I don't know if I showed you guys that, but I added more water on the side, and then I changed up the boats from the boat that this one came with. So I used in the other one that came with the other It toy. I like this one better, so I put that there. And then what I did is I added the light, and I added the street sign. So this light actually clicks on. You can't see it because it's light outside right now. It's very bright in here. Then I added the Jackson Street. The Jackson Street was real hard to do. Doesn't look 100% perfect, but I'm happy with it right now. So I'm just gonna for the blood. Let me get in close on that. For the blood leading down, I took some Mod Podge and mixed red with Mod Podge until I got the right color that I wanted, and then I put a little bit on there. And what I plan on doing is I'm probably gonna add a little bit more Mod Podge on there to make it a little bit more shiny. I don't know yet. And then I added the grass on top of that right there, on top of the sewer. And then, like I said, I added more water like it was coming, because I wanted it to be big enough for the boat to be able to sit there. And then the light, let me see, so the stick, real quick, let me stop this real quick for you guys. So then the light you can actually pull out. Oh, there goes It. That's fine right now because he's gonna take up the, so the light's on right now. Click it off. So this was just a stick that I bought from Walmart. So it was a little thicker stick, and I blacked it out and then did some dry brushing. And then for the light, I actually already had some lights from Dollar Tree. Lights from Dollar Tree that I used. So this is what the light originally looked like. I bought it actually off of online because Dollar Tree doesn't really have them anymore. So, and then what I did is I cut this right here, and I put that and painted it, and then I sanded it down a little bit and hot glued it to the post, and then hot glued it right here so it wouldn't move, because I didn't want it to move from either spot right there. I like where it's at. And then I just put it in there. And then, so with using a piece of that too, I have the street sign. The street sign is detachable, I made right now, so I can do better job and maybe get a small stencil, I don't know. So then with this is another piece of wood, smaller piece or smaller piece than that. And then for this little piece right here that's there, I actually, when I broke this off, I cut right here, and that's what's actually glued on there, and it leaves a little gap. So I put hot glue in it and shoved the street sign. I put hot glue in it and then shoved the street sign in it and let it sit. And then when I was able to pull it out when it was drying a little bit, so it could leave a little, I can put it in there and I could take it out. So there's a little bit of hot glue. I don't know if you guys can see that. See that little bit? And that just holds it just as enough that I want it, just in case I want to change the sign out. So that's it so far. Now I'm all looking, the only thing I'm looking for is I need to find an arm that I can, only thing I'm looking for now is that I can find an arm that I want to sit right here. That'll be the kid's arm before he pulls it all the way down. So until the next video, make sure you check out the other It videos of the unboxing of the real and the fake. Till next time.